Said by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Avengers. This is the beta or the beta version which was free to Square Enix members on the, I think it was the 14th of August to the 16th, so it was only from Friday to the Sunday. I only found out about it on Saturday night, so I only had Sunday to play, and then it got to about 6-7 o'clock on Sunday night, and it kept just kicking us out of the game mid-mission, and then it was saying you can't connect to the servers, and I could just keep trying again, and it would eventually let us get back on, but the servers were playing up, so I just recorded the footage that I had played. I've got mixed emotions about this game. When I first seen it advertised, I think it was E3 2019, might have been, or 18. Don't think 19 happened, but number 18. No, 20 didn't happen. But anyway, I seen it advertised and I thought, oh great, looks class. They're bringing out like a half decent Avengers game. I was hoping you could change on the fly the characters, and it just looked quite good. But then a couple of weeks ago, I seen a review of someone playing the game footage, and it just seemed very linear, meaning it was like a roller coaster. It was on a track. You can't move. You can only go the way it wants you to go. And it's a bit like that, where you're just button bashing, like clear out a room of enemies, and then you go through a few doors, and then you're in another room full of enemies, and you can't exactly make your own way around the level. It just filters you like a bottleneck into where you need to go. It's like the only door out of the room is the door you need to go through. So I thought, oh great, they've based it around like for the younger audience, because obviously Avengers have got to try and please the younger Disney audience that have followed the Avengers from the beginning, and also they've got to try and please the hardcore fanboys that have been reading the comics and following the cartoons and all that shit for like 20-30 years. So they're trying to please everybody, and obviously that's an impossible task. You're always going to have something that somebody doesn't like, or something that somebody does like. So I think they've done quite well in trying to get it balanced. The combos and the fighting is quite intricate. It's not just simple like bashing square, bashing X, bashing triangle, whatever. You can mix it up if you want to play properly. Like square, triangle, square, or square, triangle, triangle, or triangle, triangle, square, or you can mix it up and make your own combos. You can jump up in the air and do buttons. There's like certain things you can do. See, I was just spamming that move there, just the jump and punch, because I was trying to find out if it was possible to just, press one button, or just keep mashing square and you can get quite through. I'm playing on normal difficulty. It goes all the way up to extreme or brutal, I think it is. But it's okay. I mean, it's shit and it's good at the same time. The graphics are good. You get some quite good cinematic bits. And this reminds us, there's a photo mode where you can just press pause anytime you want and just get the photos anytime. It's only if it's in a cutscene like this, you can't pan the camera around. You can only take like still shots. But if it's not a cutscene and you're in gameplay, then you can go into free cam and get the angle that you want. So you could obviously spend ages trying to get the perfect picture of when the strike just connects, or when you're just about to do your superpower or something like that. Talking of superpowers, with the different characters, you get 3 moves that you can activate with L1, R1, and if you want to press L1 and R1 together, that's like your ultimate special move. Like if you're Iron Man, you press L1 and he's got like a repulsor blast, like an EMP kind of blast. If you press R1, he's got that repulsor beam that comes out of his chest. That's like really powerful, but it just comes out constantly, and then you've got to aim and just like use it while it lasts. And then if you press L1 and R1, you turn into the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. So, you've got three moves. If you're the Hulk, I think L1 is, you've got, I think he bangs on the floor. Number two, the R1 button is he runs towards them and grabs them like a football tackle, and then he slams them off the floor and punches into them. And if you press L1 and R1, you do the Hulk thunderclap, where he claps his hands together and does a massive shockwave. So it's okay. I mean, like I said, the buttons aren't too bad. Some of the combos are good, like with Iron Man. You press triangle and he does that sequence that he does from the movies where he'll like shoot with one hand and then he'll spin round and shoot with the other hand, and then he'll get down on one knee and shoot with both hands, and then he turns around and shoots behind his back, and so they have got the animations good, they're not just basic. So when you're mixing up the combos, it does look quite good, like I say. But a lot of people think you can, which is sometimes it is the case, you can just like mash your buttons and you'll defeat anything. The only thing you have to remember is pressing circle to dodge out the way. But it flashes, like the circle, the impact flashes from blue to yellow, and they're two different stages of attack. So if you want to press circle on either of those, you'll go into slow motion for a second so you can dodge out the way and get your attack in. Also with that same yellow and blue system, if you press R2 to reverse, because I think R2 if you hold it's block, but if you tap R2 just as they're about to hit you, and then it does two different types of reversals depending on when you press it. Like I say, that the fighting can be quite complex if you want to learn the nuances of the buttons and the advanced techniques, say. But it is also button mash friendly, where you can just mash the pad, square and triangle, and you just start doing combos galore. So they've made it kid friendly and they've made it, serious gamer kind of friendly. So I think they've done well in that respect. The graphics are good, the sound's good. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about it from the get-go is just being on a linear path. I think they've missed a trick there. And also, you're watching a cinematic like sequence, and you've got to just like tap square. If someone like grabs you and you're in a clinch with somebody, like say I think it was a Hulk versus what's his name, Abomination. Or was it Doomsday? I can't remember now, but I was fighting somebody and we were like clinched up, like the old wrestlers like Hulk Hogan used to do, where they clasp hands and it's like a power of strength. And you just got to tap square. I mean, there's nothing really. You should have to try and like maybe enter a complex sequence, or it's just these timed events. Like I thought gaming had moved on from then. It really does feel like they're bringing really nothing new to the table. And I didn't realise the gameplay was on pause here. I would never have put this gameplay in, so I apologise for that. But this is actually the training. You can do training. They just see Iron Man there, how he turns and he fires with opposite hands and stuff. So the animations look like Tony Stark from the movie. So I like that, and the fighting and stuff. It's okay. The impacts, there's lots of flashing, and I don't really like that. But you couldn't have blood like they did on other games, because obviously there's far too much of a younger generation that'll be going out to get this game. But there you can see, you can I think I'll have a look at it later as well, but you can do upgrades. In the upgrade system, it's a lot like what's that game, Injustice 2. When you change the armor, you can upgrade your gauntlets, you can like get different headsets, different boots and stuff like that. It's not as detailed as that. You can only get certain things. I think you get 3 or 4 items each, and they're different for each character. You've got Jarvis talking to you all the time. It shows you like on the map there. See the connection error, can't connect to the Square Enix servers, so it just kicks you back to the main menu. That's a problem I was having with it, which was annoying. But that's only because the beta was ending and they just kept chucking us out. That's Miss Marvel. I bought that costume because you get 3,500 credits to spend when you start, so I bought a few different costumes because she's just in a black t-shirt otherwise, so I'll give her like a proper Miss Marvel costume. But like I said, it's okay. I think the flying when you're Iron Man, that's good because you hold X to hover, and then you can tap L3 and you change into fly mode, and then you can fly around. You push your right stick forwards or back to go fast or slow. You can aim and shoot, and you can go back to hover mode anytime you want, just a click of a button. And I really hope that when there's that new, I think it's Rocksteady, are bringing out a new Superman game, and I really hope they take the same direction for the flying, because that's one thing that does kill Superman games, is not being able to just fly about. They've got to get the mechanics right on that. But these parts, back to this game, these parts of the game are boring, I think. Just walking around, there's nothing else to do. You can't jump, you can sprint. If you tap L3, you can run around, but I didn't suss that for a while, so for the first part, I was just walking there. Look, I started running. But you just walk at a really slow speed, and you just got to listen to these pointless bits of information. I mean, I know they're there just to give you something to do, but I mean, really, for if you've seen how much they're charging for the deluxe edition, and this is £75. I mean, that's a joke. That, like, there's no way. I don't even think it's worth £45 or £50. It's a £30 game for me. It's not. Doesn't bring enough to the table to be a AAA title. Like I said, they're not showing you anything that we haven't seen 10 years ago in all these other games. But they could apply this kind of game to any of the superhero, whether it's Fantastic Four, and just change Hulk's skin to the Thing. You could have X-Men, you could have, like, just, you could apply this kind of game and just change all the skins to the different characters. It's so cookie cutter kind of gameplay, and like everything about it. It's like I say, I do like it. I think I'm being very critical. I do like it, but it's just nothing new. I've seen it all before, kind of thing, which is disappointing. And especially if you're wanting to pay full price for this game, it's a AAA title, and they're already talking about putting the PS5 games up in price. They're moving from $50 to $60. They're moving up to, I think it's $60 or $70 a game, like American. So it'll be about 50 or 60. I think average game in the UK is $49.99. Right, say a brand new game comes out, you pay about $49.99, or you might pay $54 if it's a really good game. But they'll be putting them up to like $59.99. It'll be a base game, and then 64 quid will be, like a top price kind of thing, which is ridiculous. You're paying nearly £100 for a disc. And that's another thing, they're going to integrate all the discs out and start doing everything streaming and downloading, so discs are going to be pointless unless you want to watch Blu-rays and that. So I don't know why they came out with a game like this, and they're trying to get people to pay £75 for the deluxe edition. And let's face it, deluxe just means you get one or two skins, a couple of emotes. I mean, who the fuck cares about emojis and emotes when you're playing a game? It's the same as Star Wars and all these other pay-to-win games. They're just trying to make you buy things for the sake of it. Skins. All the skins should just be free, or you should at least have to unlock them by doing certain things in the gameplay, or beating high scores, or you have to work for it and buy it in the game, not just, pay $3.99 on the store and then you've got the best looking skins and stuff. You don't have to actually try. But anyway, back to this. In this game, like where you're thinking here, you choose your different companions. So obviously you'll unlock a massive roster. Apparently Spider-Man's meant to be on there, exclusive to the ps4. And then you choose your character, and then you request the others to come and join you. And then there's a little loading in screen here while you're all on the scramjet, and you're just waiting, or the Quinjet or something it's called, and you're just waiting for it to load in. And then all the levels are quite short, I found. It's like you've got just a quick objectives, and a lot of the time you can just ignore all the enemies and literally just run past them all and just go to the panel where you hold square and fill up the circle, and then you go into a cutscene. You don't even have to fight all the enemies, it's just for grinding points to unlock skins and stuff like that. So like I said, it's very lackluster, and I'm very a bit disappointed in that respect. But for general having a go, I mean, I'm glad I had a go on it for free, because I'm so glad I didn't bother buying it now. But if you like Avengers and then you like button mashing, then it's probably a game for you. Even if you don't like button mashing, it's still worth getting. It's still worth getting it, but I wouldn't be paying 75 quid for the deluxe, like, no chance. But that's it, so see you there.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.